Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me today are the ladies from the Samuels Public Library. Erin Rooney here. She is the supervisor of the the adults. I was thinking the big kid over here. This is Michal Ashby. She is the supervisor of
a big kid.
Of the children's department, so to speak. And this is time for us again to talk about what's happening at the library in the month of May. So, they bring tons of papers because there's this just look at this calendar, Mark. Look, every day, look at it, zoom in on that. Every day is filled up with something at the library. I mean, it's amazing.
Thank you.
And we'll put the link in the story and just click on that because it says what's happening at the library. Click here and you click and it takes you to these calendars.
Oh,
and it's just
that's
tons
so
and
smart.
tons. Oh, it's just tons of stuff on there. So what are we going to talk about first?
Well, I got a bunch of stuff going on for
Okay.
May.
Okay.
One of the things I wanted to do is give a shout out to the Department of Social Services. They've decided to partner with us. They've been absolutely amazing.
Sure.
We have their job developer is coming in every Monday from 1 to 5 for anybody who needs help, building a resume, doing job searches, career coaching, that type of thing.
Right.
It's a fantastic resource for anybody who needs help.
And they're doing that every Monday.
Every Monday.
That's Brooke.
Yep.
I can't think of her last name right now, but anyway, I talked to Michelle Smeltzer yesterday on our last town talk, and we talked about all the things that the Department of Social Services is doing, and they touch 1 in 4 people in Warren County.
Yep.
Wow.
It's kind of like the library touches 1 in 2 probably, So this is a great program because, if you're looking for a job, just getting your resume tweaked a little bit, finding out about, maybe how to dress for success or what not to do at job interviews and things. That's really what it's great when it says job development help, and that's what Brooke will do. And it's every Monday at the library.
Every Monday from 1 to 5, you just walk in, whatever you need help with.
That might be one of our most important programs.
It is. It's very important.
That's
very important.
incredible.
It's great. That's a great thing. Okay, that's number one. What else we got?
So then our next big thing, and I mentioned it last time, we have the Art Mobile from the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts is going to be visiting us next Friday and Saturday. That's May 12th and May 13th.
Okay.
The actual Art Mobile will be in our parking lot, and then patrons can go through and look at their pieces from their permanent collection, and it's this time it's portraits.
Right, because they were here not too long ago, weren't they?
No, we were advertising for it.
Oh, we were advertising. 'Cause I thought I seen a bus parked down there one time, but too much stuff going on. Okay, so
but yeah,
we're bringing some culture to Front Royal.
Yeah, they're going to be here for 2 days. People can go through and see the exhibit, and then we have a lot of other programs that are part of it. So one of the things that we have is Memories, People and Portraits, which is the Museum of the Shenandoah Valley. The Director of Education, Mary Ladrick, is going to be doing a special presentation to help more people discover for themselves the joys of looking at and loving art. So she's going to be doing, and that's going to be Friday, May 12th at 10 a.m., and then also on May 12th at 3:30, we have Art of Portrait Photography, and that's local portrait photographer Tina Tolliver.
Right.
She's going to be coming in,
great.
And she'll share her skills, techniques, and provide tips on posing and for taking portrait photography.
When you watch this on YouTube, just hit that little button on the playback speed and go slower, and then you'll be able to hear what... Slow down, Erin. Slow down. Okay, so what else we got? She's so excited about all this stuff.
So excited, and there's so much going on.
I know, she loves this job. She's so excited. Okay, go on.
Backtracking a little bit, we also have a special edition of our Books and Beyond book club. Mm-hmm. That's going to be May 9th, so that's next Tuesday at 6 p.m. We're going to be talking about Girl with a Pearl Earring by Tracy Chevalier, which is about a maid who becomes a model for 17th century Dutch painter Vermeer. If anybody's seen that famous portrait,
yes,
with it's like the pearl earring one, that's very famous.
Gorgeous.
And we have a painting of it a copy of it up in the library right now with for Books and Beyond. But yeah, we'll be talking about the tie-in to the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts Art Mobile with the different portraits.
Cool.
So
once when you go through those things, I don't care much for some of this. You never grow up with it, so you don't really know. But then when you go see it, it's just so different.
Different experience.
It's a different experience.
It is.
I don't want to do it. But when you're kind of forced to kind of go, next thing you know, you're there hours walking through the museums and looking at this stuff and really appreciating the talent that it went through to create it. And so how long ago it was. We see it now, the computer does it, but back then it took
It's incredible. The
Took
time.
a lot of time.
And even if like you visit the National Portrait Gallery in D.C., I think it's just incredible because
Right.
you're so up close and personal to all the paintings,
Sure.
and then it almost feels like you're getting to somehow know these people from the past.
Sure. The
So-
only thing that's disappointing is when you go see the Mona Lisa. You know, it's in a tunnel back through here, and it's tiny. You know what
Oh,
mean?
I didn't
And,
know.
Yeah, it's tiny, and it was painted on wood. I mean, did you know that?
No, I didn't know
she
that
knew
at all. I didn't.
So but anyway, it's an interesting thing. All right, go on.
Well, we got some more programs for the art museum.
She's dragging this art. I mean, you're but it is great. It's something that
Can I
everyone should
mention
do.
the doggy?
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm super excited. We have Susan Brogan, one of our wonderful adult volunteers and dog trainer extraordinaire, and she's coming on the 13th on Saturday to show. She has Carmen, the painting dog, and he paints beautifully. So families will be able to see him painting and then paint something themselves.
Wow. That's like Steve Foster and old Gracie the Mule.
I just love watching him paint. I just think it's the neatest thing.
That goes back to the art. They did the one where the monkeys were painting the thing and it got on the gallery. That, that's millions of dollars. And then they find out and disclose, well, yeah, my monkey painted that thing. But, it shows there's talent everywhere.
Everywhere.
Exactly.
All right, go on. We got a couple more things to cover.
Yep. So for on Saturday, we also at 10 a.m. We
This
have.
is the 13th.
This is May
Yes.
13th.
Okay.
That Saturday. We have. Henry Wingate is going to be discussing
Henry's great. Yeah,
very popular art
Yeah.
of. So he's going to be discussing the art of portrait gallery, and this is insights into classical oil portraits.
yeah. Henry, he works. He's a great artist, but he's also doing some gigs over at Chelsea teaching their art department. And he comes in here, we help him. Do things. But he did this. He does portraits. He just doesn't do like something this. The thing is like covers. He's doing one covering the ceiling at a church.
Oh, that's so
Then
cool.
he did another one that's as big as, 20 or 30 feet long
I
and
love
40
that.
feet tall or whatever it was. And it was going to be in a church in Australia. I mean, Henry, it's a local guy, but he's all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and it's really good. He's very talented in doing these large things. And it's just amazing.
And we're very excited
But he
to have
paints
him.
things that no one knows what they look like, because he's painting, Peter and John or some, religious
That's so
people.
neat,
I said,
though.
well, or Moses. I said, how'd you get that? Well, my neighbor posed for me.
Right.
But still, he captures that essence. And,
Probably
and
captures the essence and the energy.
He does. You can just look at it
Yeah.
and say, that's exactly that's how I imagined it in my mind.
That's so neat.
Yeah,
That's,
but Henry's great. He's great. All right.
Also, we have actually an exhibit currently up in the library right now. If you come into the library, where we call our cafe area, towards our one end meeting room on the wall, we have a self-portrait exhibit by students from RMA, so Randolph-Macon Academy. That looks absolutely amazing. They'll actually be doing a tour of the exhibit that they have at 3 p.m. that Saturday on May 13th.
There's a lot of stuff going on the 13th. That's Family Fun Day, too, so we can't forget that. So you can go out on the Saturday morning on the 13th and just go around town and be gone all day because
visit
there's so
everybody.
much,
Yes.
there's so much stuff going on. That's part of our small town charm. I'm sorry, but we just
No,
do so
we
much.
do. We have an amazing community.
Yeah.
We really. But speaking of art, I do need to give a shout out to Chris Stevens, another local artist, who, if you come into the children's department, which we have renovated, and it really looks beautiful, you'll still see his original artwork. He painted our beautiful atrium, and he painted wildflowers on all the sides of all of our picture book area. Well, now he and someone from Adult Reference named Whitney Waller are teaming up, and they're creating a beautiful painting right behind our desk. And so you can find art everywhere in the library these days. Even if you look on the adult side, it looks like it's climbing up the wall. You will see, what do we see, Erin?
It's a really cool papier-mâché octopus that was actually made from pages of 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
It's
It looks
amazing. It's incredible.
You ruined my book. Okay. Busy. So that covers everything up to the 13th. What do we have after that?
Towards the end of the month, on Thursday, May 25th, at 6:30, we have a program called Stories Are Your Glory, How to Use Stories to Anchor Your Points. And you can come to the library. It's a writing workshop presented by Tom Pfeiffer. He's the president, CEO, and chief strategist for Consistent Voice Communications. And participants will learn 3 essential elements to a story, science behind storytelling, and have a chance to write their own success story.
Right.
And by the end, we're hoping participants will know why stories are important to any nonfiction book. You know, it's not just fiction, and the elements to every successful story and how their stories can enlighten their readers.
You know, storytelling is so important. It's kind of a lost art, but it's about, it's a marketing tool. Or you look at our oral history, but even when you want to engage customers, if you story tell, you will engage the customer into the story and draw them in.
Because it makes them care.
It's right. Storytelling is important.
And it attaches meaning to things. Like even if you look at, like I grow a lot of plants. I'm a gardener. If you look at heirloom tomatoes, people get so passionate about them because they're historic tomatoes. Every single one has a story.
Right.
So it's all about the story.
Storytelling young.
Yeah.
So when your mom says, "What did you do?" Well, Mom, you ever notice how they use storytelling? Anyway, we digress. That's one. It's all good stuff.
It's all good stuff, right?
Yeah. All right, that's page 1. Now what's on page 3?
No, that's all I have.
Oh, really?
Today.
Oh, you got a hidden page?
Stuff that's going to be coming up soon. We have, so in June we do have, so everybody gets excited, we do have our summer reading program that's going to be starting
It's going to be incredible.
Yep.
Well, I want to talk about the thing we just had last month in April. Taste of Books.
We had that was the best one I think we've ever had. I felt like everything just came together. The food was incredible. It was so much fun seeing everybody in costume and seeing all the decorations. It's one of the biggest helps to the library.
Sure.
And we all dressed up as something different. I was Marie Antoinette. What were you?
I was Major Carter from Stargate SG-1, if anybody's seen that TV show.
See, he knew what you were going to be.
Well, I knew it had to do something with,
Sci-fi,
Stargate or something. Isn't that a great program?
Oh, I love that show.
I love it. I still watch the original Stargate movie with what's his name? Kurt Russell. And, it's so funny. It's so great.
See, Farscape is my favorite.
I know, I love Farscape too.
Yeah, Farscape. Can't get better.
My kids loved that and watched it. I never did get into that.
Incredible.
I loved Farscape.
Incredible.
Oh, you guys are crazy. Anyway, all right. So it's your turn now.
So we have a lot of fun things. We have our regular programs like Homeschool Hub. And if you're homeschooled, it's a great opportunity for the kids to come in and not only learn fantastic, interesting things about science while you're experimenting, but develop a lot of partnership skills. And that's gone really well. It's a newer program, but the community seems to really love it.
Yeah, homeschool, we got so many.
We have so many homeschoolers, so I'm really excited that we have a homeschool program.
Right.
It's every other Tuesday at 10:30. And then, of course, we have our regular story times, which we're doing this morning. Toddler story time at 10:15, preschool at 11 every Wednesday. And then on the 4th, so we only do this once a month, we have a wonderful teen program for teens who maybe aren't free on Saturdays but want to do a teen program. It's in the evening. It's 6 p.m. on Thursday, and they can come in to do crafts, to do games. We do something different every single month. Now, at the end of this week, we have Stephen Cummings. He's a local scientist, and he's coming in to do a program two programs called Microscopy. It is not too late to sign up. Okay. We still have a few spots left in each, and he's bringing all of his incredible microscopes and is going to show kids and teens all of the amazing things they can discover by simply using a microscope. I am so excited about this program. I'll be his assistant. That's how excited I am.
And you just scrape a little skin off your hand, and you look under the microscope and you see all them bugs moving around.
Or even ketchup. I remember one day we left ketchup out, my friends and I, overnight, and then we looked at it, and I was like, oh dear, there's a lot of squiggly things in there.
But the world of the unseen.
Unseen is fascinating.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, a real mystery.
Yeah.
And then the second week of May, we have Science Scouts, which we do every other Tuesday at 4. And then on Wednesday, on the 10th at 4 p.m., we're partnering with Parks and Rec. We partner with them quite a bit, which is wonderful. We're doing a Mother's Day spa. And I'm going to show kids and moms the importance of aromatherapy. They're going to be making a healing cream, and Parks and Recs is going to teach them how to make a bath bomb, which I think is so neat. Sure. I've never made a bath bomb, so I'm excited about that.
And make a shower bomb, because
I guess you could make a shower bomb.
I guess they would.
And then on the third week of May, of course, we have our regular programs like Music and Movement, which we do every single Monday at 11 a.m. And it's a great program for babies to come in. And it's a pre-literacy program. It exposes them to dance and yoga movements and music. And it's incredibly popular. So we do that every Monday. And then we're going to be doing a discussion group on Saturday the 20th. It's just for teens. It's one of my programs, and I have so much fun getting together with the teens, discussing books, music, art. They bring a lot of different things. A lot of them are incredibly talented. And so it's not surprising when just a few weeks ago, one said, I composed a song and then played it for all of us, which I thought was so neat. So a lot of fun. In the fourth week, we have Justin Ruger. He is a fantastic volunteer. He's going to be doing Be Terrific on the 27th at 2. He is going to bring an observational tower so people can get up close and personal with the bees. And he's an author. And he writes books on the importance of beekeeping and bees. Right. And he's going to be reading his story, and then we're going to be doing a honey tasting. Yeah. Because did you know every single variety of honey tastes a little different? Right.
It's all based on where they're at and all those.
Yeah, based on what plant they have pollinated.
We don't really realize, we don't like bees. Most people don't like bees.
I love them.
Yeah, but don't want them around you, you know what I mean? But they're so vital to our whole economy.
They're so vital.
And they're tanking, we need to
really boost them and plant things that would attract them and get the word out about how important they are so that people don't just squash them when they see them because you're right, they are suffering right now.
The only thing you got to worry about is those yellow jackets. If you mess with them,
they're cranky.
They're cranky.
And they know you, and they will attack you.
I think you're right.
And they will follow you all over.
Yes, I think you're right.
It's best to leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
The other direction.
Yes, absolutely. So those are some of the things that are going on in the children's area, and we're just going to have a blast this month.
You mentioned a couple things there. I think it's so important to realize, too, that our community partners with the library. They just don't do this all by themselves.
No, we never could.
So it's great that the community works together with the library. So, get hold of these ladies if you
think
you want to. If you have an event or a specialty or something you want to share, you'll entertain them.
And speaking of partners, I highlighted a few, and I'm so ashamed because I almost forgot to mention one of our best partners. We have...
don't use that word. Everyone's the best.
Everybody's the best, but they are so enthusiastic, and they come in once a month. It's someone from the Sheriff's Department, and they do story time for us, but they also partner with us for our large Christmas reception. Right. They really, anything that I need, they'll say, hey, we can help.
Well, Sheriff Butler has... Lieutenant Robbie Seal and Sergeant Terry Fritz.
Yeah.
That's his community officers, and
they're incredible.
Everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're incredible.
And that's really what this community policing is about. So you have a different attitude about the police.
They have talked to me about that.
Great work.
So that absolutely.
It's a slow process, but that's what we need. Get back to community instead of looking at them as your bad guys. They only come when there's a problem.
No, these guys are absolutely wonderful people.
There's tons of stuff like that. So it sounds like the library's got so much stuff going on, again, as usual. But and again, we count on our partners, so we got to think of something we can do. We got to come out something the Royal Examiner can partner with the library on.
We will never turn it down. We love it.
We'll bring our camera. Maybe we'll cover some of these little...
I heard you dance. You could come in and do a dance performance for us.
How we can teach big fat people to dance, But, it works. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So,
I'm sorry.
If I can get moved around the floor as gracefully, And Annie, that teaches at the Jig and Jive, I've taken some lessons from her.
She's wonderful.
She's always yell, frame. And, I'm tired of hearing about it, and your arms get so tired, you frame, you stand up,
Well, Jig and Jive has been very gracious. They have done many, many St. Patrick's Day performances for us.
They're great.
They're incredible.
She's so involved in the community. We just finished that pot of gold thing she put on, and for the downtown and the maps, and there's just so much.
So many fun
on.
things.
Yeah, people say, did you cover this? Can you, we can only cover some. Please, if you got an event going on, just send it to us and let us know. We'll help promote it.
Can I mention one more little event?
Sure.
Elks Club has their pancake breakfast this Sunday at 8 a.m. at their lodge. And the reason I'm mentioning them is they have helped us in so many ways by giving us grants throughout many, many years. They've been supporting us for over 15 years since I arrived at the library. And one of the ways they support us is through their pancake breakfast. So I try to get the word out because they can't always be here. And it's not just pancakes. Sometimes there's all sorts of food. And it's such a great group of people. So I'm bringing my daughter, and we're going to just eat as much as we can.
Hopefully this week we will have the Ruritans of South Warren come in.
And they're also fantastic.
And they are, and they are putting on their Mother Day basket sale. I think it's the 15th of May. And so we want to be talking about that. I think they do over at Ramsey's, but those are the people that.
I have such respect for the Rotary of Warren. They've also helped us immensely.
Yes, so there's just so many groups.
Yeah, good people.
These groups don't go around beating their chest.
No, that's why other people have to talk about it.
And look what we do. Look what we do.
Yeah, that's why we have to.
You got the Kiwanis and the Rotary.
Kiwanis is fantastic.
You just name a group, and they are out there in our community. Kind of unsung heroes.
Now for the Mother's Day basket, so it's you said it's $15 at Randy.
I don't know what on this May 15th.
Oh, 15th.
I don't know what
okay,
they sell,
so you don't know
but you can
anything
buy these
else
baskets,
about it.
Yeah, so you can take a little bit of front row. So I'm not sure. I don't know all the details yet. So watch the next.
I'll watch the next one.
Chuck comes in from the Ruritans, and we'll do that, and we'll see what happens. But
that's another great group of people.
And they need volunteers, and they need members. So every organization is really taking.
Kiwanis does help.
They've taken a hit during COVID. So get off the couch and speaking of which, the Department of Social Services is having their volunteer fair this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so if you're looking for something to volunteer for, the library. I mean, they're just walk out in the street and say, I'm a volunteer. What do you, and all of a sudden people will latch on to you. Everyone needs volunteers.
That reminds me, I do have one more thing.
She needs some volunteers.
He's going to kick us out soon.
I know, Mark's going to say, I'm running out of battery here.
Actually, we are also, my department will be down on Main Street at Main Street Geek this coming Saturday for Free Comic Book Day. For anybody who's interested in, the Free Comic Book Day is a national thing we do that all the free comic shops and libraries will do every year, where you can come in and get a free comic just to help promote literacy and all that other stuff. So we'll be with them at Main Street Geek this coming Saturday. We'll have a table there if anybody's interested in what's going on at the library. We're going to have like a little raffle as well as activities.
I love that.
Some more of my useless information that I gather. I read somewhere where they're using like comic books to teach kids to read that have a hard time reading that, but that engages them into the story.
So it got me to read.
Not just that, some people are very visual, so the only way they really pick it up, because I once did a little class on this, is looking at something extremely visual. Other people, though, like I'm much better with text, ironically. So to me, the visuals actually confuse me a bit.
Right.
So it's learning.
She's looking at the picture and saying, well, that doesn't go with that picture.
I just love
She's writing
words.
Her own narrative.
I'm just a word, Yeah.
Well, just so much stuff goes on at our library, so check out all the links below. Click on that link and look at their event calendar, and you will find something to do. So there's no excuse that there's nothing to do in Front Royal Warren County.
Not at all. It's all free.
So if your kids say, what are you going to do? I don't know. Well,
please come visit us.
Go send them to the library.
And then please join us next month, because Erin and I always have a blast doing this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Again, Erin and Michal.
Yeah.
That's such a hard time. I want to call her Michael, but that's okay. So again, ladies, thank you so much for coming in. And we will see you next month.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you.